Hello everybody, it's Cretaceous here, back with another video, and we have just got the release of the teaser for Monarch Legacy of the Monsters Season 2. That is right, we got the official teaser of Monarch Season 2, and we knew that this thing was going to come out sooner than later this next year. It was only a minute teaser, but it did get some Easter eggs and some things that we could expect will probably happen in this series. Overall, what this teaser really got to me, I really liked this teaser. It was really curious to see of what they're going to do in this series, because most of the film is going to take place on Skull Island. We do get to see some other locations, like we get to just see some random monster, which I think is a monster destroying China as it looks like, which I'm not too sure if it's Godzilla or not. It could be just another monster for the series. Overall, I'm excited to see what it is. However, one thing that I thought was definitely a step up from what previous happened with Season 1, and that is the title of the series. This teaser looks like a title to an X-Men movie, like it looks just so early 2000s. I do think the title is definitely a much better title compared to Season 1's title. Opening of the teaser, we do get to see these surfers getting attacked by these little squid-like monster things, which some people have pointed out turn into this kraken-like monster that we see in the teaser by the end of the teaser, which I will get to that soon. But these little things look like little terrors so far. I'm not too sure what they're supposed to be. They're probably just supposed to be just some random monsters, probably. Maybe it's one of the main villains of the series, the main monster that is like threatening the humans, just like the Iron Dragon from Season 1, which was a wasted villain in my own opinion. It could be babies from the Kraken-like monster thingy that we see in the teaser. I'm not too sure yet, but anyways, we see these little things attack a bunch of surfers on the island, which I'm not too sure if this is supposed to be Skull Island or not. Probably not. And now we get to the characters, which in my opinion, the characters in Season 1 were very hit or miss, mostly misses, particularly with one individual character that I felt was very annoying and put me out of the series, and I hope they do improve the characters in this series, and it looks like they are. We haven't gotten much characters, but here's Kate. We do see two scenes of her. Here's this one here, which she looks very different from Season 1, and then we get another scene with her running after Kong roars. We do get the return of all the characters from Season 1, which I think everybody was expecting, including Kurt Russell, who makes a return again as Shaw, which is really surprising, because I thought that he died at the end of Season 1, but I guess he's still alive. That, or it's probably a flashback scene. I hope it isn't a flashback scene. I want Kurt Russell alive so he can be in this series, okay? So far, we don't know if it is a flashback or if he is still alive. We don't know yet, but I hope he is around for this series. He might get killed off in this series. I'm not too sure. But so far, Kurt Russell makes a return as Shaw in the series. Another surprise is that we get to see the past as well, with characters like a young version of Shaw played by Kurt Russell's actual son, Riot Russell, which indicate that we are going to get some more flashbacks of the younger versions of the characters from the MonsterVerse films, which is surprising in a good way, because I thought that they were going to end this in Season 1. We were just going to see past scenes and that was it. We weren't going to get any of these scenes in Season 2. But it looks like we actually are, which is very surprising and also happy to see it continue in the series. And it looks like we are going to get more focus on Shaw in Axis Mundi, which is where he gets stuck in time pretty much, and pretty much doesn't wake up till like another 30 years or 20 years into the future. But overall, that's all I have to say about the characters. Now moving on to the monsters, and we don't get to see much monsters here, so I'm just going to focus it on Kong. Kong here looks amazing. Well, I don't think the effects aren't that great compared to maybe some of the other MonsterVerse films, but still though, for a series, it looks pretty damn great. Kong here is going to be a bit smaller compared to the Godzilla vs. Kong, because this is supposed to take place like, I don't know, like 7 years after, 7 years before Godzilla vs. Kong, so he's going to be a lot more shorter than his last debut in Godzilla vs. Kong in the New Empire. We don't get much scenes of Kong fighting any monsters or anything. We just get to see a couple of shots of Kong and Kong roaring. Pretty much the series saying that this is going to be mainly a Kong-focused movie, which I know a lot of Godzilla fans are disappointed that this series is going to be mostly focusing on Kong, but I do think this is more of a good thing because we did get a lot of Godzilla in Season 1, and now it's time for Kong to have its own individual series here. And plus, I don't think that this is mainly going to be a Kong series. I do think that we are going to see some Godzilla scenes. However, I reckon there will be more so cameo scenes of Godzilla. I know a lot of people aren't going to like, because I know all you Godzilla fans are not going to be happy if Godzilla doesn't get that much screen time, unfortunately. But this is going to be mainly of a Kong series, which I'm very happy about to see more Kong. But Kong isn't the only one, because we also get to see this giant Kraken monster. Now, there are many theories to what this Kraken could be. Obviously, the one I mentioned being one of those small little squid things. Also, some other expanded material, which I don't know the monsters' names in some of the comic books that people were pointing out, could be the squid monster thingy. I haven't read any of the comic books, so I don't know what they're talking about most of the time. However, most people think it's that giant squid thing in the Kong animated series on Netflix. But whatever this giant squid-like Kraken thing is, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be the main threat monster of the film, just like the Iron Dragon, I reckon. This Kraken thing, pretty much we only get to see it sink a ship, and that's pretty much it. I just hope they don't waste this villain, and I hope it's a very cool villain. Now, I don't think so, because it's just a giant squid, so... But they could probably make this Kraken thing a bit cool. We haven't really gotten a lot of Kraken-like villains in any Godzilla or Kong films before, so this is going to be a totally new thing. New threat, new creature. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my overall thoughts on the teaser and my overall Easter eggs and analyzing of the series. So overall, Monarch Season 2, I am definitely looking forward to and going to definitely watch. I definitely hope that they improve a lot of mistakes that they've done with Season 1 and some of the things they definitely could have improved. So anyway, I definitely do think that this is definitely something that I'm going to definitely check out when it releases this February next year. So I'm looking forward to that. What do you guys think about Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2? Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next adventure.